Roll down all the windows. All of them. This man stopped you for your 10, all right? You got IDs? Roll down all the windows so I can see in here. You guys got IDs on you? What? Yeah, reach it. You got firearms in here? Is the car in your name, man? What's up?
Like wrong with him, he's got to stop.
What's up? Alright. You got ID on you? You said it's your girlfriend stuff? You don't, how old are you? 21? What's the car in park? It's in park. Here, man, I'm gonna have you step out. You don't have no license? Listen, is there a firearm in here? Be straight with me. I'll work with everybody, and then we'll get you moving. You got one? He got a gun on him. Front passenger. Yeah, he has a gun on him. We're just detained. Nah, put 13 him. Just yeah. Huh? What's that? Yeah, we'll get you going. We'll get you moving. I'm gonna have you step out. Nothing on you, my man? Okay. Don't reach for nothing, just step on out. Yep, keep your hands up. What you say, you sick or something? Keep your hands up, put them on top of your head. Okay. Spread your feet. No, I believe you, man. You're good. Here, listen, we're gonna walk back here. Since you don't have a license, I am gonna have you sit in the back of the car. But you ain't in cuffs. I could put you in cuffs, right? All right. I'll grab your stuff. You ain't gonna go in jail or nothing. I'll grab it for you, man. You get him out. Get him out. Hold on, sir. Nothing on YouTube? Nothing at all? My man? Okay.
Around to the county, the female, starting mileage, last 3, 5
Why he's doing, what's your social, my man?
He's not under arrest. We're going to get detained right now, right?
Detained. Well, he's under arrest. He's going to be, if you're okay to carry a firearm, I still asked you and you told me no. You did. Okay, it's all on camera. That's telling me no. You should have told me the first time I asked if there's a firearm in the car. Right? Okay. What's your social? What's your social? Alright, well you're going to go in handcuffs and you're obstructing. Come on. You going to give me your social?
What do you need it for?
Don't resist right now.
I can give it to you if you want to ask.
I did ask.
I'm saying if you want to tell me why.
No, I don't have to. I asked.
Why not?
So you don't come.
I mean, I don't mind. No, thank you, bro. I'm under arrest for asking a question.
No, for obstructing.
No, I'm asking you why do you need it from me, though? Can you answer that? Can you answer that? Can you answer that question, sir? Can you answer that question?
I'm not talking.
Illegal. I need everyone's shit.
You will get everybody's shit?
No. I'm saying I need your bag. I'm in the passenger seat chilling. Y'all can have it right there.
Illegal 10? What? Illegal 10?
I'm under arrest for asking why you need my seat.
No, I asked you how many times you were going to give it to me.
I just want to know why. I
What's up?
How you figure a legal chain you can see all over the park?
The side windows are illegal, man. Oh, you got one?
He said it's okay to check in here.
Yeah. Hey, you got ID on you, my man?
You check this bag. I got a 40 right around the corner.
Other than weed, dude.
He says it's got a little knife. Where's your little knife?
If it's not in here, then it's at the crib.
I don't care about your life.
Alright.
Your ID's up in here.
Yeah.
Other than just some weed, that's it. Yeah, let me make sure.
All right, man. Thanks for cooperating. We'll see.
Nah, no, it's not too bad. Is he under arrest?
No, we're being detained for now.
He probably will get arrested depending on how this firearm looks.
Some guns are legal to have, some guns are not.
Well, I asked him and he didn't tell me he had one until the third time we asked. So, I mean, you got
talking
to.
That was answering his question.
I'm talking about my buddy who's just in the backseat. I got some more of this in there.
I don't care. Just swing on back there. Just hang out with him real quick.
Okay.
Wait, can y'all close the doors though? Like,
Who will?
can I sit in the first car up there?
No, because there's already somebody in there. Go ahead and have a seat here, sir. Thank you. All right. I'm just going to ask you now, if you go to the county or anything like that, you don't have anything else on you at all. Nothing illegal on you, right? On your person. So when you go there, they do a body scan. If anything is found on you, you get felony conveyance, it's felony to third degree, and you get obstructing. I'm just asking. I'm not saying you do. I'm just asking because when you get there, it turns into a felony to the third degree. You don't have nothing down your pants, nothing in your underwear, nothing like that, right? So they do a body scan when they get there. I'm just letting you know, okay? Okay. All right. I appreciate you being cooperative. Thank you. I just want to see your face real quick, just so I'm trying to look over here real quick.
I'm just making sure, man. I don't have an idea with you, you know? Just checking.
Has anybody else in that car touched that gun?
No, sir.
Nobody has? Okay. I'm just asking, so when it goes for DNA testing, there's not anybody else's DNA but yours on there?
Well, I mean, maybe my brother that was driving, but like that was inside of the house. You feel me?
Okay.
But nobody ever used it but me.
No, if you're if he's allowed to carry a gun, I mean he's allowed to touch it. That's fine. I'm just asking if it wasn't, but nobody in the backseat touched it at all.
No, sir.
Okay. Nobody else handed you the gun in the car?
No,
Gave
sir.
it to you to put under your seat?
No, sir.
Or slid it up under your seat? Okay.
No, sir.
Your brother was driving, you said, right?
Yeah.
Is he a valid driver?
No, but I thought if I had my license, anybody could drive.
You don't have a license.
What you mean?
It says you're suspended too, I thought. Yeah, suspended. You don't got a license either. Suspended.
Suspended.
Yep.
It looked like you were Delta there. Looked like he was running from me. Looked like he was running.
Fine. I'll write the goddamn fucking phone.
Did you run them or anything?
I have not. I want to grab. So, one of the two backseat guys passed it up. But, I mean, this guy denied it when I asked him the first two times until you guys came up. So, I mean, he's at least going to get with failure to disclose and with I see his record. But so when I take this gun to DNA, your DNA is not going to be on there? Your DNA going to be on this gun? So now, is this your brother that was in the front passenger seat? Well, he said if we send it off the DNA, you'd have some on there. He said if we send it off the DNA, you'd have some on there. Yeah. No, I said the dude in the front seat passenger said that. Well, when I asked for it, he said he didn't. Y'all said no, there's no gun in here. Yeah. And you were slow to stop. I can see all the moving around. You guys took it out. How's the light in the center console, and then the gun's taken apart underneath the seat? Why would you carry it like unloaded like that? Come on now. 1443. Where's that? Your ID back there. Hey, listen, dude. So with the smell of marijuana in the car, I can identify everybody in the car. I'm not trying to do anything. Like, I'm not, if you were good, I would have just had you sit there. Plus, there's a gun in the car. Even though, like I asked, and no one said anything.
I didn't know.
So now we're up here, and now you're acting the way you were. Like, dude, I don't want to head. Do you want to really get obstruction charge? Like, you know how dumb that is? Worthless. Like, it ain't worth it. So, I mean, all over, you're just not giving an ID, right? Come up here, over here. Court date's on there. It's gonna be the 6th, next Thursday. What's up?
What you gotta do to get his firearm?
Well, it's gonna go through the case, and then if they find you guilty or not guilty, then not guilty, you get your firearm back. If you're guilty, you won't get your firearm back.
You already said it.
Failure to disclose. That's what you got charged with.
So we can talk real quick with no consequences, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so on your notes, you say I said no to is there a firearm?
Yeah, I asked twice. You said no. You said you couldn't hear me, but yet you still answered me when you said this is my girl's car. So you heard that though.
Officer, you asked him twice.
And he said it the third time when I was asking you to step out of the car. When he asked, and he was stepping, when I asked you to step out of the car, was when you finally said I got a gun on me.
Whoever came on the passenger side, sir, I heard them roar. It's so loud that they
But you heard me when I said whose car is it?
okay, I can hear that.
Okay, you heard that. You see how that's cool?
It's cool.
You can take it to court. Do what you got to do.
But then we hit the turning point, the moment where the situation pivots from manageable to confrontational. The driver begins questioning the officer repeatedly about why he needs his information. Why do you need it? Can you answer that question? On the surface, that seems reasonable. After all, people want to understand what's happening to them. But here's the psychological catch: timing. When someone asks questions in a calm discussion, it's curiosity. When they ask the same questions while resisting instructions during a detention, it can come across as defiance. And that difference is huge. Under stress, our brains often shift into what psychologists call a threat response. The officer is evaluating risk, multiple occupants, a firearm in the car, conflicting statements. Meanwhile, the driver feels his autonomy being challenged. That triggers something equally powerful: ego defense. We've all felt it. That moment when someone tells us what to do and something inside us says, "Hold on, why?" But conflict doesn't care about our pride. Conflict rewards cooperation and punishes resistance. Watch how the officer responds. He repeats commands: stop talking, don't resist, give the information. His patience thins. Now the interaction isn't about solving a minor traffic stop, it's about establishing control. And once that shift happens, the consequences escalate quickly: handcuffs, possible obstruction, investigation of the firearm, and here's another subtle but important factor. The smell of marijuana gives the officer legal grounds to investigate further and identify everyone in the vehicle. That means the situation was already expanding before the argument even began. The driver likely didn't realize that, but the officer did. Later, when the officer explains things, how the gun will go through the case process, how lying about its presence created the problem, you can hear the frustration. From his point of view, this entire situation could have been avoided with a simple answer the first time. Now, step back for a moment, because this is where the real-life lesson emerges. We've all been in situations where authority challenges our sense of control. Maybe it's a boss questioning us, a teacher confronting us, or even a heated argument with a partner. In those moments, our instinct is often to push back, to ask why before we comply. But timing determines whether that question protects you or harms you. If you find yourself in a high-pressure interaction with law enforcement, the smartest move is simple: comply first, clarify later. If an officer asks a safety-related question about weapons, about identification, answer directly. Even if you plan to challenge something legally afterward, honesty and cooperation protect you in the moment. Think of conflict like quicksand. The more you struggle against it emotionally, the deeper you sink. Calm, measured responses give you leverage. Another takeaway: honesty early almost always reduces consequences later. Once someone believes you've been deceptive, every action afterward gets filtered through suspicion. And finally, remember this principle: respect doesn't mean surrendering your rights, but it does mean choosing the moment wisely. If you want to question authority, the courtroom is a better place than the roadside. So here's the challenge I want you to think about. The next time someone in a position of authority gives you an instruction you don't like, whether it's a police officer, a boss, or anyone else, ask yourself one simple question before you react. Is my response solving the problem or feeding my ego?